For 9 years, you optimized for scalability by tuning database indexes and managing server loads. Today, that specific skill set is becoming obsolete not because Java or Spring are dead, but because the physical constraints of AI have replaced them as your primary bottleneck. If you cannot explain how your code interacts with GPU memory or context window limits, your experience may be invisible to modern hiring managers. The resume no longer wins jobs based on language proficiency alone. It now demands a new form of literacy called hardware-aware system design. The shift from pure logic complexity to physical resource management is not just a trend, it is the fundamental change in how engineering value is defined. Research published in January 2025 titled Foundations of Gen AI confirms this hard pivot in the landscape. The industry has moved away from valuing general language proficiency toward demanding engineers who understand information synthesis and hardware constraints. Traditional coding patterns focused on database indexing are being replaced by requirements for managing inference latency, context window limits, and GPU memory constraints during retrieval-augmented generation system design. This means you cannot just say you built a scalable backend anymore. You must explain how that system handles token limits in an LLM environment. The two critical skills now required are information generation, which is creating tailored content, and information synthesis, which involves integrating external data to ground responses. Both of these fail without a deep understanding of the underlying hardware's physical limits. A recent study highlights exactly why this matters for your career strategy. When professionals treat AI as an infallible oracle regarding their own career moves, they are 3.4 times more likely than rational actors to abandon guaranteed opportunities in favor of uncertain outcomes based on machine forecasts. Quick resource note. I keep a curated set of Amazon search links in the description for books, gear, and tools relevant to this channel's topics. Some are affiliate links, so I may earn a commission at no extra cost to you. Please consider supporting the channel by using those links if you find something useful. This psychological trap has real financial consequences. The data shows that developers who rely on AI predictions for job hunting strategy suffer earnings reductions between 10 and 42% because they optimize for predicted trends rather than tangible engineering trade-offs. Over 40% of individuals treated an artificial intelligence as a predictive authority about their own behavior, leading to significant career missteps. They chased the AI-optimized path while ignoring the physical realities that determine whether a system actually works in production. The tooling reality check further proves this shift is already complete. The market has automated the generic resume writing aspect of job hunting, rendering simple skill lists useless. Tools designed to tailor resumes now use AI agents to match specific ATS algorithms and community-tested patterns rather than keyword stuffing. These tools themselves rely on the very skills you need. They manage context windows, handle batch processing of multiple job descriptions simultaneously, and ensure factual integrity without hallucination. If a candidate cannot understand these system constraints, their resume will be indistinguishable from AI-generated noise to automated screening systems that are now filtering for system design understanding first. For the developer returning after 9 years, your specific language skills like Java or Go are not bad, but they are no longer the differentiator. The bottleneck for hiring has moved from logic complexity to physical resource management. You cannot just say you optimized SQL queries to reduce latency by 20% as a standalone achievement because that is now baseline and obsolete in an AI-first world. Instead of focusing on what language we use, start optimizing your narrative around how code performs under hardware pressure. Consider the new metric for success, designing RAG pipelines that maintain inference latency under 150 milliseconds, while managing 32,000 token context windows on A100 clusters to prevent hallucination through synthesis constraints. This is the kind of specific engineering judgment that signals you understand the current state of technology. It shows you know that scaling a backend in 2015 was about CPU cycles and disk I/O. But scaling an AI application today is about VRAM availability, token throughput, and latency budgets. The warning here is critical for anyone considering career advice from automated systems or generic trend reports. If you let an algorithm tell you to just learn Python without understanding the hardware trade-offs between inference cost, accuracy, and speed, you risk falling into that same psychological trap of treating the machine as an oracle. This could potentially cost you a significant percentage in earnings by chasing trends that do not match your actual engineering value proposition. The difference between getting hired and being overlooked is now whether you can articulate the trade-offs inherent in modern AI architecture. Stop optimizing for what language we use on paper. Start optimizing for how this code performs when it hits the physical limits of a GPU or runs out of context window space. This approachable depth separates those who are just following instructions from those who understand the engineering reality. Your experience is not gone. It has simply evolved into something more demanding and physically grounded than anything we saw in previous years. The engineers who thrive now are the ones who respect the physics of computation as much as they respect the logic of their code. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am a one-person team working hard to make each video better than the last. Subscribe if you found value. It is the best way to show support. Drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. See you in the next video.